with these messages.
Hey, the sniffles. His MSI. Squareworks.
This. Please don't replace YOU with the letter U, especially when you're a business. It's just annoying. Okay.
We got a special business deal for you.
And again, I guess I'm biased. Shorthand's always bugged me. Ooh, that's a good soundtrack, actually. Or track. I like it. Alright. Hee level. Alright. Right. We're gonna try and make someone as sturdy as possible and see how that goes. Well, not as sturdy as possible, because they have to do some damage. Otherwise, the regenerators will regenerate more. Well, not regenerator, health stealer. I don't know if there's a health stealing boss. But there are heroes that can do it, that's for sure. I think it goes like, what is it? There's a hero, there's a unique, and then there is a boss. Heroes usually have like reflective or something appended to the end of their name, like an affix, or is it a suffix? I think it's an affix, prefix, affix. I don't know. Anyway, they have that, and then there is a unique where it doesn't tell you, and then there are bosses that appear at specific points that you have to fight, and there are also mini bosses. They're usually stronger than bosses. Which usually doesn't mean mini boss in my mind. Secret boss? I don't know. Secret boss. Have that going. Ew. Cool. Still the mission to go underneath. We went all the way up to... Where'd my... Okay. So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be fixing the problem in the pumps. Also, I didn't stream on Monday because I wasn't feeling very good and blah 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 blah. Yes, we're going down there. Oh. Why'd you run all the way around? Okay, whatever. He's fully. Slam! Let me slam wham wazzle. Okay, there we go. There's one thing. These things only have to be near you to inflict their poison damage. Like if they run up to you, automatic. Which disappoints me. It sucks, but I guess I get it. Ah, infighting! Well, not infighting. Pow, 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 pow. Generally, enemies that have a red coloration mean that they're either doing chaos damage or they seem to have like health reduction. Either way, they usually do a buttload of damage. Enemies that are green usually give you a lot of dots. You see where this is going, right? Slam! What's doing with devotion? I don't remember. Do. Interesting. You can count up cadence on those. I think that probably. It took 2 hits? Oh no! Secrets off the map. Do-do-do-do-do. Yay! What's this? Caster off hands. They increase your energy regeneration, skill cooldown usually, and yeah. They're for casters. They don't block stuff though, because you can't use a book as a shield apparently. It's a rare dagger. It's weird. Oh, it's rare because it's green. Duh. Yellow's magic. I know how to do this. I haven't seen an alpha yet. The alpha hounds or whatever, they can breathe, I think, aether fire or something at you. It sucks. They used to do like a metric buttload of damage. It's also a rare enemy that I haven't seen pop up for a while. And that is known as an Aether Fiend. I'm not telling you what it is. You get to see what when we get to see it. Because they'll basically be so tough that I won't kill it in one shot. I even think I could kill it in one shot if it was like 5 levels below me. I feel like if you're using a sword like this, you'd freaking blunt it in a split second. Look at this crap. They're exploding. That big eyeball thing was giving these dudes a buff, which I think makes them move faster? I don't know if it makes them attack faster or whatever. But I do know it makes them move faster. Da, 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 da. You touch me, you take damage. Doesn't affect range attacks though. Kinda wish there was an augment that'll let you do that. Like if they're within X meters of you or something, when they hit you with an attack, they take damage. Like retaliation around. I think there is one, but I think it has a cooldown, like it can only retaliate once a second. The main thing is when they're ranged enemies, just have piercing resistance. I think most of the range enemies do piercing damage. And their weapons usually have some armor bypass to them, which makes them suck. As in, they do a lot of damage, it hurts. What's this? Oh, it's good, but it reduces health regen. Oh, I like the regen that I have. In case you didn't know, Nightblade. It gives 2 to the Phantasmal Blade skill of the Nightblade. Basically, when equipment gives you points to a skill, they're temporary, so when you remove the item, those points are removed as well. But they can go over the maximum. So say you have 12 of 12 of this, you could go up to 14 of 12, or 15 or 16 or higher. So you can use your equipment to boost you beyond the max. We'll technically max for when you put into it. Level up! Yeah. It's an even level. I think that's a soldier. Come here, you! Stupid spiders. They do so much damage. You got only 15% resistance. It's put a point into physique. I didn't realize this, but every stat gives you health. I believe it wasn't the case. I believe it actually wasn't the case at some point. No, I want my caffeine water. Caffeine water. So you can see exactly how it contributes. It doesn't say this, but cunning increases your offensive ability, which allows you to hit, chance to crit, So your chance to hit cannot go below 60%. The minimum chance to be hit is 60%, so there's some fairness going on there, I guess. Okay, oh, it said condescend for a second, I wasn't paying attention. Okay. Soldier level. I'm pointing to this. I feel like I want that to be as strong as possible. So, yeah. The only issue is, I feel like sometimes it doesn't proc. So you might just get knocked down anyway. I should actually test it. I think you actually have to be struck at low health. So if you take, like, if you get a really strong dot, it'll just kill you anyway. You won't even activate a peak. Yeah, it doesn't say. It just says activates when health drops below 33%. I don't know. See, that there is a hero. Especially since it has the split thing. Oh no. You're being irritating. No. No. It's smushed. Slam. Shoo! Stop attacking me one by one. I want to deal with this big guy. You quit it. Go away. You guys ever heard of a one-on-one fight before? Power of honor. And donuts. You might be wondering, why would you put casting speed on a two-handed melee weapon? Well, a lot of your spells and abilities are based off of weapon damage. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So, if you want your weapon to do, or if you want your spells to do a lot of damage, equip a two-handed weapon. You lose out on caster offhands, but more damage. So if you really want your spells to go boom. Hot. I like the shield, but I think we do it. Yeah. Oh no, we have a handgun for that. Okay. Right, for running away and shooting when we can't fight someone close. Because I don't know how much you can brute force your way through the rock, paper, scissors mechanic. I mean, it's more than rock, paper, scissors, but you know what I mean. Snake people must go squish. Squishing you. No, we're not really powerful. It's just the slits are kind of fragile. See? Look at them, they fall to pieces when they get hit with a sword. Ooh. See that up there? That is a shrine. We can fix that for potion points. Favor of the gods. What do you want? I usually don't see things that are super resistant to physical damage. I don't doubt that they exist, I just don't usually see it. I think you run into more things that are resistant to, say, like fire damage or cold damage or poison. But maybe those are just the most noticeable. This place is damp, it would sting. Because there's corpses everywhere now. Because there are corpses. There is. Oh, hello. I see how you put words in there. Just kind of cram them in. Well, hello to you too. Have it. Liar. I don't think you have it. It just follows me. Ugh. I usually have to run around in circles fighting this guy. I have the power of healing. What do you have? The power of flicking your tail and creating waves of water. That's actually kind of interesting. Are you like a Pokemon? Ow! By the way, that heartbeat sound will just stay for its duration instead of going away when it logically seems it should. No! Run away! Okay, it does just activate when your health is low. Cool. Hey, look, they're coming one at a time again. Ugh. Gross. Smack. Should get a better instrument of chopping things. I don't know. Depends on what you want to call me. You can call me lots of things. Of one thing, including my real name. Let's see here. Here it's Havoc Meatballs, that's fine. There's the butter knife, there's other things like that too. It all depends. I could say specifically what, but that would require me not to be lazy. Oh no, but I'm not that lazy. Damn. My brain might not be working properly today. That's the main issue. Has someone else been hitting the caffeine water? I think so. Get closer to beep boop. I like saying that. Beep boop! Beep boop! There's actually a funny story that goes with blackjack. People don't like it when I'm the dealer for blackjack because it's like I'm the dealer of death. Here, would you like a 7? Would you like a 6? Oh, here I have a 10. You're busted. Oh, look, the dealer has 21 again. My dad had a party once for his birthday, and I basically wasn't allowed to be the dealer again because of things like that. Ooh, we got a devotion point. Yes. Where are we going to put it? Where was I putting the devotion points? Oh no. Ah! What do I want? Ooh. Ooh. I like that one. Stag's a good one. Let's see, what's this do? Lotus, energy, health energy. If we're using energy more, that'd be a great one too. This gives pet bonuses, but its bonuses are good. Some of these have requirements. Let's see here. Like, this requires you to have an axe in your hand, but it gives you all kinds of cool benefits. And also, there's something you can do here. None of the constellations have cheese in them. See? Confirmed. No cheese. Alright. Anyway, let's be serious for a second. And take a screenshot. Yes, yes. Screenshot. Thank you. Fire. So you can see where this appears in each and every single constellation. So if we want pet bonuses, we can see all the pet bonuses. This makes doing anything in this a lot more easy. I forgot to point that out, I believe. But there are various ways to basically sort these out and figure out where you want to go. And I like that. It's easy to miss but there's a lot of help in this area for you. I don't get pets though, so I always feel like that chunk of it is wasted. Or do I want this? 'Cause that's a good one too. I also like that. Might actually be able to get this, and this would be very helpful. Only is a well, it has a 30-second skill recharge, so it'll take time. Oh, I know why. I had to be the one to shuffle the deck because one of my dad's friends was loading it. Because at the time I was a kid, so I couldn't bridge it properly. But I noticed that whenever they shuffled the deck, they would always get a blackjack almost every single time. It was kind of odd. So I started shuffling it, and yeah. Which, you know, the kid shuffle where they just instead of doing the fancy nice way. What am I doing? You may still be in a slight state. Yesterday I was dehydrated.
See anything?
I still had to go and get groceries and do all kinds of stuff. I'm feeling better now though. I need to absolutely chug some water. Oh, that was Velociraptor. That was an infrequent. What does it do? Let's Blade Burst. That's another Nightblade ability.
Put it to good use.
I believe that's basically just a your standard Nova attack where you right click and it goes boom around your character and it does cutting damage. Box! Let's have a pet box.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this.
Bum, 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 bum. Blackjack's also the name of a sap, isn't it? A sap as in it's a stick with a leather bag that's loaded with sand. No, where's a blackjack a small stick like almost like a nightstick, but it doesn't have the tonfa bit on the end, and it's just painted black. I actually can't remember.
Any luck clearing out those sliths? We're starting to beg me for water. I don't know how many more times I can say it'll melt your guts before they just rush me and take it. Well done. Once I pump out the remaining poison water, the spring should be clean enough for drinking. I'll make sure to let people here know how much help you've been. They'll be grateful that they can get a drink without dissolving their intestines. One more thing. Take my rucksack. Useful for hauling back scrap or whatever else you come across. I'm too old for that stuff now.
Get an inventory bag! Woo! Extra storage space! You might have thought that this was for something else. Well, it wasn't. Boing, 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 boing. I don't know why I ever forgot about Boxy. Come, Boxy. Let's handle monsters in White Mire. I notice it says Aether Corruption on them instead of like ethereal, whatever, or ethereal, or however you pronounce it. Let's see factions. What is that I'm hearing? That's so weird. I was doing some stuff on my other character in there, Summoner, so I don't have like a bazillion minions running around that I have to manage. Because, you know, They like to run around and get blown up. I had to replace them. I believe minion mastery is actually kind of difficult. I think it depends on what type of minions you pick, though. The Necromancer can summon skeletons, and you can have up to, is it 9 or 10 of them? The only issue is they can be kind of fragile. So if you're fighting a boss, they might wave their hand and they all go down, and there goes, well, most of your damage you focus on. But there are other minions that can be tougher. It's just, sometimes they can go down to quick too if the boss or whatever's really, really strong. Plus, you gotta be careful for stray shots or creatures that just selectively target you. You can't just sit there and watch and think that they'll pull the threat because they attack first. Sometimes they will just beeline to you or try and throw the shot at you. And they can push your minions out of the way to get to you. Oh! I clicked through it like an idiot. So, long story short, let's see here. Torvald the Rovers has offered to create a ring for you. You bring him the slit necklaces that he needs to do so, along with 100 iron bits to compensate him for the effort. Slith shamans are known to carry primitive bone necklaces to power their magic. You can find them near Slith dens throughout Whitemire. When you have enough necklaces, return to Torvin at the Rover camp, west of the Sodden Mire and Whitemire. Sodden Hollow. Yeah. I've played through this so many times that I actually just clicked through it out of habit. I apologize. I don't think I can, yeah. These people are rovers. The only problem is we haven't met them, but we've met them. You're the first to find us in a long while. You're welcome to warm yourself at a fire, but when you leave, I ask that you keep this place a secret. Sure, I can do that. So long as you don't bring violence into this place, you're welcome to return. Any wisdom you can share for the road. Since the breaking of the Grim Dawn, many new terrors have entered our world, and the old ones have proliferated, without the watchful eyes of the Empire's hunters keeping them in check. Still, though, the most treacherous creatures you'll encounter on the road are humans. You cannot easily tell friend from foe when dealing with other humans, and we are the most cunning creatures. We're criminal gangs and crazed loners out on the roads, often posing as desperate souls looking for help. Interesting tale. What can you tell? What else can you tell me, old man? The Chthonic cults have been around since before the first traveler took the roads. Under the Empire, they were outlawed and driven underground, where the cults were uncovered by Inquisitors and the Emperor's Nightblades. Where the cults were uncovered by Inquisitors, the Emperor's Nightblades would be sent to hunt down and execute the practitioners. There we go. Even so, they could not be eradicated. Now they grow ever more powerful as people flock to them seeking purpose or salvation. Yes, sure. Run to the vampire cult for sanctuary. They're just going to eat you. Blood. More troubling, though. I've heard tales that the cults have had success in late in calling forth monstrous servants of the god to walk this world. Awesome. Okay, that's the same one. Okay, start with my path is long and I've seen much in this world. What wisdom do you seek, traveler? Hail, traveler. That bleed resistance is actually awesome. I'd actually like that. What does he have? No. This is interesting. Because you can get impaling weapons from it. Do we have this? So this is quite simple. Click. I'm an idiot. Don't mind me. I have a case of stupid. It's contagious though, so stay away. We have a new ability. We can place it on the bar by right-clicking it and click the ability. There it is. Look, it's another buff. Want to see precisely what it does? Dim per section. Per second, not per section. I just realized we can't attribute that to her. Right. Where could I have put that? Could I have put that on a necklace? All weapons, shields, and caster events. No, I could not have. Okay. Because that would have benefited the handgun too. Ah, we could just buy the other one. What am I thinking? 220. 246. Does it show a precise breakdown of the damage? Yeah, weapon damage. So you can see that's a pretty sharp increase. Makes it go away, which is kind of smart. Well, there we are. Time to find things to squish. Or poke? I don't know. This is I say, because I was thinking, how do you squish things with a sword? I realized it's a bad thing to do. Ow. Ow. Quit it. That hurts. Ow! That really hurts. You're mean! I hate those. It slows everything down. Everything. I should remember what that was. Tastes like stale dirt, but lasts forever. Restores lost constitution. Well, we didn't need it, but we ate it anyway. Hardtack. I read somewhere that they used hardtack to actually deflect bullets back in the day. We're talking musket balls, not like 5.56s and stuff. If you could have a biscuit that would deflect a freaking modern NATO round, or just a modern bullet, that'd be terrifying. All I know is that if you have a biscuit that can deflect modern bullets, don't eat it, okay? Don't eat that. That is not for human consumption. I don't know, termites might eat it. I wonder what the slit actually are. Like where snake or something. Boop 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 boop. Let's bring cunning up. Alright, what do we got here? Increase defensibility. Why does it have a meter radius? Oh, because it can benefit other people too. I'd like to enhance the chance for this to activate because it's my area damage ability. It's resilience. Oh. So that activates, and then he loses more health. Then that increases the healing of the thingy. The Nightblades actually do have an ability that heals them. It's like called Pneumatic Burst because Pneuma's breath, I think. So it's not like a pneumatic as in like a piston, it's pneumatic as in pneuma, which is air or breath or something like that. So a pneumatic brake is like an air compression brake, I think. Look, don't quote me on a lot of things I say because I'm not sure if I'm correct myself. I mean, you have the internet, you can check it. Just make sure you actually use a site that's, you know, real. Because some sites will lie to you just for the purpose of lying, which is really rude, by the way. Eye of Reckoning. Is this a spinny attack? Rapidly cleaves through. Yes, yes, it is. Spin to win! Yes, I too am Garen. Neat. Yes, neat. Remove his brain. Or however it goes. A little bit less fire resistance, but we get health regeneration. Woohoo! Gonna be a total Wolverine. Yeah. Let's see here. What is our health regeneration? Is that our defensive ability? Ew, it's terrible. What's wrong? We need to check the defense. I believe. No, it's not. Oh yeah. Vidoth the Corruptor. This is how you can see all your stuff. Cold death, damage taken, damage dealt. Well, that's the most damage you've taken in a single hit. So you can see stats, all kinds of things. It was in here. Health regeneration, 21.87. Ugh, we need more. That's not gonna save us from much. We need to have like some troll blood, man. Mosquito. Yeah, made a creepy scream. Oh! So the reanimators, they don't talk very often. In fact, there's a very rare voice line for when you kill them. And they say something really creepy like, "Death is only the beginning." And it's kind of creepy. Especially since it's very hard to hear. I have the sounds enhanced a little bit, like the voices and stuff, so you should be able to hear them, I hope. But I don't know if it's voice is considered an effect, if it's considered a voice, or what. Some games are inconsistent like that. So, what I'm getting at is, some games do this thing where they consider, stupid flies, die! Get back here! Bit me and then ran away. How rude. It's like a chihuahua. Okay. Well, actually, I've never had a chihuahua bite me. They just bark and then run away. And they run up to you and bark again and then they run away. It's like, quit it. Stop. What was I getting at? I completely forgot. Oh well. Because I was dealing with flies. And flies are annoying. Ah! Oh yeah, voices and effects. So, what I was getting at with the voices and effects are, voices in the game might be considered dialogue, as in, anyone that talks to you and produces a text box or whatever is, that's a voice. But, if someone makes a noise, like say this guy gets hurt and he goes, "Ooh!" that's considered an effect because there's no subtitle or anything for it. I don't know if that's the case for this game. Oh no, kill this one first. Get it! No, it's healing. Ow! Alright, okay. Ah, this is another one! Ow! What's our health regeneration right now? 80.87! Need more. Oh, it's one of these. Should probably wait for this to recharge because these are nasty sometimes. I noticed that they changed some of the creatures that appear in these because I think they're always the same. And in one of them, you would get this creature that could regenerate, I want to say like 100 hit points a second or something, or more. And it was almost unkillable at the level that you fought it at. It might be random, it might not. It's hard to say. Do 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 do. That'd be nice. Okay. Oh boy. Ow. gonna have to do some running because these things are strong. Get shot. Why are there so many of these? These are big guys that like to throw rocks and stuff and slam the ground. Slam all around. For some reason, they're not throwing rocks. It sucks to get hit by the rocks, trust me. Ah, that's a different one. Foxy! There's the rock. It's shot. Is that one making more? Why are there so many of those things? Ow. That's what that rock does, by the way. It stuns, it slows, and it does a lot of damage. Ah! By the way, if all three of them use that ability, that would really suck. I think that'd basically be an instant kill if you got hit by all three. Oh! I don't think it rolls into hit either. I think it just hits you. Ah! So, long story short, abilities and stuff that you use roll hits most of the time. Whoa! So you can have, like, say, one of your abilities roll a 0 and miss. And it can be a very powerful ability that has a cooldown. I've had it happen to me a few times. I don't know if it's still the case, but it kind of sucks. You're like, oh, this is my heavy attack. I shall hit them with this. Nope. Okay, I guess I'm going to run away! But again, that might have been early game stuff. I don't know how much is different. Yeah! Quit throwing those at me! That's eternal trauma right there, by the way. Oh yeah, that reduces armor by 3. That's nice. These things have a lot of health, by the way. Oh, they're level 15 too. Ah! Yes, I'm throwing fire at the flame spitter. What of it? Ugh. Oh, that one's reflective too. These are mean. Is his name Hammerton? Shut up, email thing. Ah! You're all very annoying. I could just keep running down the wall and like kiting them, but I like to be a little bit risky sometimes. Ah! If we got close, we'd probably be screwed here. They're heroes, so I still might be able to knock them down with a seismic blast, but I doubt it. Ow! This slowdown's very annoying. So basically, these totems are meant to be very dangerous, especially with what they give you. Ow! Look at that debuff! Oh, it's so mean! I wish I could do that. They used to have energy bars. I wonder if they've just been removed. Or if that's a setting that is a new helpful setting that just hides it. Like, they still have an energy bar, but they just don't show you anymore. Or if I have to find a setting in a menu to make it pop back up. Because they used to have like a little green energy bar underneath their health bars. Go away! Die! To be fair, it's a big monster made of rocks. I feel like you would have to shoot it a lot. Okay.
That skill's not ready.
Not ready. Ow! Its regular attack can stun you. That's mean. Did it just miss and hit me for damage? Ow! Okay, I can fight one of them already. Stop backhanding me! Wouldn't that shatter your own legs? Ow! Look how much experience this with. See, there's a reason why they're supposed to be challenging. They give you a lot. Oh, here we go. Lingering vital energy that can be absorbed to restore us constitution. Sure, why not? That's weird at all. No. Ooh, what's those there? It has more armor, but actually might be better. We now have some Sealy tight pants. This can block more damage, and it has health regeneration. But it doesn't have the seismic blast, which I enjoy. We do lose out on piercing weapons, but survivability goes up, which is very important, honestly. See, if you're a minion master, you'd be looking for that bonus to all pets. 20% extra damage? Yes, please! There is something to be wary about, though. There are certain things that do not scale with pet bonuses. There are certain creatures that do not as well. I think I pointed this out. But, ooh. Ribbon. We'll use that next level. It's important. What's this? Damage I don't do, damage I don't do, health and energy, offensive ability, that's interesting, but that's actually very good. Let's get that. Yes. Thank you. Versus does. General rule of thumb, by the way. Elemental resistance is good because it boosts all of these. All three of them. Ah! Okay. Let's see here. It's not this. It's not Divine Mandate, is it? No. It's, here it is. Summon forth the Guardian of the Imperium. It scales with player bonuses. I think I did point this out. But again, so if you're going with minion mastery, pet bonuses would not affect this. This would your bonuses would, I think. I just realized, where's its health? It doesn't list it. That's odd. Sign of Dreeg. Ugh. So it can be all like fiery, or you can make it Dreeg or whatever. So the Oathkeeper, it's all, I think it's supposed to be fiery and not murderous, but paladin-y, just with a shield throw because that's a thing. Captain America is popular, I guess. It's just become a trope. But you can be a paladin of the witch gods instead. I don't know what they're a paladin of. Is it a paladin of Kaiman? We can check the constellations. Because every constellation has a sort of thing to it. Like the tortoise represents fortitude and unyielding dedication. Ooh. But if you go out farther, you can find gods and stuff. Azraka, the eternal companion of Aeon, crafts the very sands with which the Keeper of Time decides the fates of mortals. She is his consort and most trusted advisor, often tempering Aeon's harsh judgment and offering solace to the mortals she cherishes. So, these have little tidbits of information, and where is it? This is Ultos, which is, I think, a god, one of the gods of the shaman. Basically, the shaman class has various things that it pays homage to. Mogdrogan is another shamanic god, I believe. Ishtak, maybe. Amatok, definitely. Here's Korvac. The Eldritch Sun, no. That's not Celestial. Ah, here it is. The Empyrean, that's what a lot of people, the Light of Empyrean is what a lot of people, holy people worship. Empyrean, the greatest among the gods. It is the light of the world and protector of all of Cairn. It is by his mercy and example that the sun greets mankind each day. Woohoo! If we go over here, we got like the Reaper, we got Yoguldish insatiable night. When Empyrean's light first spread beyond creation, the gods discovered that a great darkness sweltered within the nothingness. It had but one name, Yugul. Yugul's insatiable hunger threatens to consume all that the primordials had painstakingly crafted. Its advance thwarted only by the merciful light of a thousand stars. Ooh, spoopy! Oh, yes. So the Revenant, which is basically the Reaper, let's see, the Revenant represents death and misery. It is said that none can escape its deadly gaze, not even the gods themselves. And they have these cap abilities that you can get, some of them do, where you take this and you attach it to an ability, like say Smite or whatever. So it has a base of 20% on attack for blah to happen. In this case, it raises the dead to serve you. The dead scale with player damage bonuses, and it lives for 6 seconds. But this can level up. See how it says next level 1? I forgot what the max is on them. I think it's 24 or 20. I don't know. Anywho, that base is 20. The longer the cooldown on the ability, the more likely it is to happen. So if you have a really rapid attack, it might be 17% or less, I think. But if you have something that's really slow, it can go up to like 85 or something. Let's see here. Yeah. So I have this ability on another character. It's a 25, but on the particular ability that I use, it's an 85. So it can change depending on what you're using it with. Where is the thing that is it the Empyrean? For some reason I had it in my mind that it was something else. I'm probably mixing games. Ugh, is my camera canted on the side? Actually, it's like at this angle. Get squished, get squished, get squished, get squished, squish, squish. Bubbling with the rage that once fueled it. Death derived from the remains of the deceased, often used for witchcraft and enchantment. You get a freaking magnet with electricity running up and down it, you probably shouldn't pick it up. It'll zap you. This is a desecrated shrine. Shrine. This shrine is corrupted. It needs to be cleansed. Summon what is trapped within. Why is there something trapped within this shrine? Why does it look so evil? It looks like someone got the Witch King from Lord of the Rings and put ram horns on him and made him dead. Is it the Witch King? I think so. Ah! Hurts. You. We slam wham wazzle. Don't you evocate at me. I'm gonna cast magic at you. I'm going to cast magic at you. There we go. Let's do an ascension. Oh, hello. Oh, ascension is something else. I always forget. Elemental resistance. Ooh. Attack speed, elemental damage, health, just less armor. Ching. It's you. I don't think we need to play this right now. Actually, we can because I get a lot of these. I always think of hoarding first because that's what I do. Mwah! And I realize that there's no point to do so with the stocks that I have for the purposes of this.
Come see what's left of my wares.
Less armor, but you do get some retaliation on the stuff like that. There are ways to get the augments that you use out of these. However, it's expensive and unavailable to us right now.
See you around. See anything
You can right click on them to sell them
Put it
and
to
not be
good
stupid
use.
like me, by the way. Okay. Devotion point. Devotion point. Having our point shield is alright. It might suck. If it sucks, we can always change it. We're not too locked down. Boom, boom, boom. This level's a soldier level. Did you just slash it with your foot? I think you did. Ooh. Gimme. There's another level of equipment beyond blue. It's purple. And long story short, purple doesn't appear until you're like level 50, I think. Ow! Are you not actually hurting me enough to... Okay. Fine. Guess you're not painful enough. Need more health regeneration. Yes, please. This isn't the only, like, robust build you can do. There are several classes with options for that. Even the occultist. The occultist most definitely has abilities that could make you more survivable. Even the arcanist, actually. So you're not locked to soldier and X or oath keeper and X. You could do shaman, you could do arcanist, you could do nightblade. There are a lot of things. They each kind of have their own spin on being survivable. I believe even the Inquisitor has the ability to heal. Let's see here, Nightblade's a self-heal, I believe. Occultist is a party heal or an area thing. The Inquisitor is an area thing. I think the Shaman has the ability for some healing and regeneration. The Necromancer has the ability to steal health, obviously. So really, with this game, the world's your oyster. I want to do that, and odds are you'll be okay. I don't know about high-level stuff, but definitely the base game, yeah. You should be able to have fun. Oh, hello. Who is what now? Who is saying hi? Who is the... Ugh. Oh boy. It's really cold in my room today. Oh, that's better. Okay. No, how or why? Oh! They're trying to swarm! Okay, never mind, it's handled. Normally I'd run away and throw some things, but I think this is fine. Especially since we did that. That's very tempting. Could increase that. Because it also increases health regeneration and things like that, but it gives you damage absorption, all kinds of cool stuff. Actually, that's really good. I'm not entirely sure what you're referencing there. I'd like to put that there. I'm debating where to put what. This cadence is actually very nice to have. Let's do this for now. What's here? I think I know what ability this is. Yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work. Oh, it's so long. What? Do something about those in a second. Okay. These are in the wrong spots. Okay, that's what that is. Okay, so it wasn't what I was seeing the enemies use. Big day. Okay. I mean, it's getting closer to spring and summer, so the days are getting bigger, technically. Ooh, we can put this. Yes. All right. Important thing if you're playing with other players. These increase your experience gained by a small percentage. So if you want to be even with the other player, make sure you both get these at once or whatever. Some of them don't do this, but a lot of them do. Their physique is really high, so let's increase the cunning a little bit. Cunning is also used for pistols and stuff. I don't know if there's armor that uses cunning. There's a fair bit of stuff that uses spirit too for like amulets and things. Is the text not appearing on the side? I don't know. That's something that would have to be set up, I think. Oh no, it's working on the side. Okay, I had to check. No clue. Oh, is that what that symbol is? Is that symbol Twitch Prime? Oh, okay. Believe me, I have no clue how you do any of that. Goodness me. I think the inbuilt way with Twitch is to because I think people have to set it up if you're sending dollar amounts or something like that. But oh no, cultists! Adjutants. Basically, I think you can give people bits, and I think that works. But I think for dollar amounts, they have to set stuff up or something. Again, I didn't do much research into that because I didn't think it'd ever come up. I'm out of caffeine water. Joke's on you, universe. I have regular water. Regular water. Well, with the way that you type, yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. They were strong. Oh yeah. We're getting into the chthonic side of things. Hi, you're shooting at me from off screen? How dare you? Ooh, ah, ah. Sometimes when these guys die, they summon void fiends. These are turds. Whoa. So we're getting into chthonic enemies. Something different than the ethereals and the beasts. They shoot things at you. Kill the non-believer. Excuse me. It's pretty hard not to believe in whatever you're doing because you're literally summoning demons and things. Okay? Demons! They're really there and they're going. So, I think it's real, but I'm going to chop it up because it's horrible. And burn it, let's face it. Because that's the way that you stop lots of bad stuff. With fire. Or lightning. Or, I don't know. Something. I guess if you just emptied a huge vat of acid down this place, you can laugh too. Whatever works. Posted my feed? What? Ooh, missive to Whitemire, Bloodhound. What's this? The time has come to strike out at our ethereal nemesis in Whitemire. Even now, we gather our forces in the hills above Burwich for an assault on their village. However, before that can happen, we must secure Whitemire so there are no enemies at our backs. Though strong, loyal, and ready to die in the name of Chthon, I believe you've insufficient bloodbound, not bloodhound. Insufficient bloodbound to overcome the ethereal presence. We've had great success in recently bringing forth more powerful servants of Chthon from the void. A single harbinger could wipe out all the ethereals in Whitemire, and even take on the Devil's Crossing, which could serve as a stronghold for our order in this region. To bring forth a harbinger, you will need the blood and lives of at least 3 men. Gather the sacrifices however you see fit, either from refugees on the roads, rubber camps, or chosen among your own bloodbound. Inform me of success when it's complete. Alto Treg, Grand Priest. What a turd. You see, why would you summon demons? If you summon a demon, hopefully it's not gonna try and eat me. Well, usually they do. Idiot. I don't have a Facebook. Wait, are you hosting it on Facebook? I know other people can host streams or something like that. I think. I don't know how Twitch works. I know how to make it work. I don't know all the extra bits and bobs because, well, I probably read them once but stopped paying attention. Because like, oh, this stuff is never gonna happen, so I should just leave it alone. Isaac? What in the world? Oh, that's charming. Ah, my rescue arrives. I'm afraid you're too late, though. Those bloodthirsty bastards already took the best parts for their altar. See that there? I think that's called a spleen. Must be something I can do. I'm as good as dead. No waste of time on me. My valuables are going to do nobody any good hidden away under a tree in the stump, though. You've slain my captors, so you've earned this much. Follow the river outside the cabin to the river delta. Search the shore. When the world went down the slith hole, I hid my most valuable possessions way underneath a loose tree stump. Take whatever you want. Just bash some cultist heads in for me, eh? Thank you. I'll find it. I'll Steve to say. What is it? Oh, you can ask it again. Alright, there we go. Rest now. Usually when I wanted to call it a Dorito, but it's actually more like half a plumb bob is still green, they have more things to say. Nothing. I think. Yeah, definitely nothing. I know you can link Twitch with Facebook and all that, but I once made a Facebook account so I could see like something on Facebook, and then Facebook went crazy and it's like messages and stuff, and I just deleted my Facebook because it was driving me nuts. And it said that my Facebook was receiving like messages or things like that or feed posts, so I basically had to double delete it to make it stop. I just didn't like the intensity of Facebook. It was kind of creepy. It's like, hey, and I was like, shut up, Facebook. And it went even crazier, and I was like, nah, I'm done. Go away. There's a special dialogue option for if you find the stash before you go and talk to him. Yes, I am not lying. A lot of these missions in the game, I don't know about all of them, but a lot of them you can complete before you even talk to the person. So the person's like, oh yeah, so can you kill this guy? He's kind of an asshole. Already done. Oh, okay, cool. Here, have some money that I was going to pay someone to do that for me. I don't know the word, but basically, if you wander around without talking to NPCs, it doesn't ruin your playthrough or soft lock you. Oh, they're like, can you get this thing for me? You mean this thing in my pocket? Yes, thank you. Why is my nose always itchy? Itchy, itchy, itchy. Tainted house. Now these things look like they could be. Oh, there's the pack leader. There we go. There are some of these. Oh, it was gonna breathe and then I smashed it. Stupid Tiberium. Must have more. I want to get my apocalypse tank. Apocalypse tank. Blech. Ow! Who's that? Doesn't matter. They're gonna feel pain. Ah! Overguard. Get dunked. Oh. Ah, feels good not having to run away. Freaking call it mammoth tank. That's not one. And now I miss Command & Conquer. They had to ruin it by making Command & Conquer 4. You don't build your base anymore. And also your base is mobile and weird. Why? Why would you do that? No. No base building, other weird stuff. I know that game developers have to sometimes take their games in different directions, but don't like how much it changes. Kind of reminds me of, oh man, this is kind of old news. Maybe not as old as Command & Conquer 4, but how many people were actually following the Dawn of War series? Like, the first Dawn of War game, you know, for the Emperor, and all that crazy stuff. And then they came out with Dawn of War 2, which, it was different, but it was still good. And then they came out with Dawn of War 3, where it feels like you're playing a MOBA. They turned an RTS into what was basically a MOBA. So you don't block down your base, you have like a core that you defend, and there are lanes, and really, why? They also removed the cover mechanic too, so the only cover your guys can take is basically a really, really fragile like shield generator. So about 10 bullets and it's gone forever, so any cover doesn't really matter. Used to be that you'd move your guys into like a crater or behind a barrier or something like that, and it would give them some protection against bullets and stuff. So there's a reason to have melee dudes drive ranged dudes out of cover, so you could shoot them and chop them up. That is just not a thing anymore. If you're if you need a quick laugh, you can just look at the Dawn of War 3 page. It's just inundated with you know, in the name of the Emperor, purge this game, or various stuff. It's actually quite funny. Oh yeah, they also, they basically castrated the game. So Dawn of War's always been meaty and chunky. You get to hear guns going off. Boom, 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 dun, dun, dun. You get to hear, you know, this is the judgment of the righteous scum! And you get to see executions and things happening in the field. Like when units are engaged in melee, if they finish off a troop, there's a chance that they'll just do a finisher where they just they knock them to their knees, whip out a pistol, and shoot them in between the eyes. That's missing. The yelling and stuff that you hear in the game, basically the general rowdiness of the game was removed. So when you hear people screaming, whatever, it's like, oh no, we're in danger, help! And it's very, very quiet even on its max setting, which leaves it feeling very wanting. I don't know. Again, they tried to change it, and I feel like they changed it too much. They made a rowdy sort of, see, he has Adrenaline Rush too. Well, this is Milton. They made a very loud, gothic game more somber. And I get the point of that, but it didn't feel well. And I feel like it's a bad sign when a game asks you why you're uninstalling it. No, it just doesn't sound good. Milton's note. I'm afraid I may have to break my promise. I'm not about to give up yet, but things aren't looking good outside. I was lucky to survive the first night when I volunteered to distract a group of rotten walkers while Bourbon and his group, including my little sister Sybil, made their way through to Devil's Crossing. There. I believe in Bourbon. If he can get these people through, if anyone can get these people through, it's him. Before they left, I looked Bourbon in the eyes and told him to keep her safe. He put his arm on my shoulder and spoke in that calm, reassuring tone of his. He told me that he would do everything he can. But I had to promise him something too. That I would do my damn best to get out of this alive. Well, I've sure got myself into a fine fix. I've diverted them walkers, alright, but now I'm all hemmed in. I've been hiding in a group of old dilapidated shacks and keep changing position whenever the dead get too close. I can't find a way forward though, and I'm running out of daylight. The walkers seem stupid generally, but I think they dug out the riverbanks last night, allowing the water to wash the road out. It's almost as if something's directing them. I'm not done yet. I have no intention of dying in this rotting shack. I'm gonna try to break free, and I'll go out fighting if I have to. If the worst comes to pass, and you're finding this note on my cold corpse, well, please, let my sister Sybil know what's come to pass, and tell her to be brave. I can only hope that she made it to Devil's Crossing. Well, she did. So, there's at least that. And your corpse is not cold. It was on fire. Originally, he was one of the typical armored guys that you see. He still had the regeneration ability, but he didn't have the fiery abilities. So he would charge you and try and hit you, and he would regenerate. I think he was generally a little bit quicker than the standard ones as well. But recently, they changed him to a fiery one, and I do not know why. I guess it's to make him more of a threat because he has more abilities, but really, I don't know. I don't think it fits thematically, I guess. Look at me being all particular about theme and stuff. Nah, nah, nah. 20 minutes in? Oh my
I'll
goodness.
give you a good price of what I've got left.
There's still a walk to do today, too. Slipbane is the dagger that we found on the dude in the camp underground. Sort of like a circular camp that's up on a raised portion. It's a guaranteed thingy. The prefixes and affixes, though, you know, of the void or whatever, those are random. But the item itself is always the same.
Put it to good use.
We can go talk to this dude. I usually don't because I just do everything and then leave. Hey, follow this. Never going out there again. City came from. Oh wait, never mind. That's all the extra dialogue he had. Shut up! You've returned. I see you carry my brother's amulet. This is what it says I feared. Unfortunately, Milton was one of them. This is a lot to take in. Milton, I'm sorry, brother. Thank you, stranger. At least I can live knowing my brother's free of all this misery. The amulet was enchanted to keep my brother strong. I think you could use it more than me. Here, may it bring you luck. I'm sorry for your loss. We get the Sister's Amulet of Life Giving, Health, Health Regeneration, Constitution, and Elemental Resistance. It's actually quite good. Especially if you've been getting bad amulets. I think ours might be slightly... I mean, this has more regeneration, it has Elemental Resist and stuff like that. But I think I like my amulet a little bit more. The one that I already have. Thank you for helping my brother's suffering is at an end. Since it was either corruption, I don't even know if he was, like, sentient. Like, to be perfectly honest, that could have just been his body walking around and his soul could be up in heaven or hell. I mean, and he could be sitting there going like,
looking for a new
what?
you?
I'm not over there. Like, that's that thing on, like, I don't know, auto. Look, I'm not gonna try my dead body. What are you talking about?
Good, you're back. I've heard good things from both Kasparov and Barnabas. You're a real asset to this community. One of my scouts came back with news making our next move clear. The dead are heavily concentrated in Burwich Village to the north, past the swamps of Whitemire. There must be a reason why. Perhaps the ethereal behind these attacks is there. We can't know for sure without investigating deeper.
I have a question. What is a Burwitch? Are those burrs those little things that you get, like, from grass or whatever, or are they from trees? They're like these little tiny, like, spiky pine coney thingies or seeds that get, like, stuck in your clothes, and you have to pick them off one by one because they're annoying. So are they just a witch of those little sticky things?
Yes, I will curse you to have an unending misery from these little sticky things. You'll find them everywhere, and when you sit down, whoo, they're pokey.
Wait, is that what they are?
May you always find burrs in your pants and underwear if you wear them. Also your belly button.
Why?
'Cause I'm evil.
I don't know. They shoot them at you like bees. Ugh, that'd be actually kind of creepy. Never mind.
You've proven yourself quite resourceful thus far. Your ability to secure rift gates for human use could be a turning point in our situation. With all the activity around Burwitch, there's bound to be a rift gate. If you can capture it, that will give us a solid foothold in the area.
Foot power.
Follow the road north through Whitemire. Though in the current state of things, you will likely have to leave the road behind well before you reach the village. Keep pressing north and you will eventually reach the outskirts of Burwitch. It's surrounded by a palisade wall, so you will have to find a way inside. Once you've secured the rift gate, return to Devil's Crossing.
So, some of you might be thinking that it's a pretty small distance to travel. Which, let's see here. Because we're up in Whitemire, and Burwitch is a fair distance up if we check. It's up here. So, we'd have to basically go this distance again, plus some change. Oops, I forgot about that. It made a portal there. Oh! Anyway, before I so stupidly clicked a thing, imagine trying to get a cart through this to Devil's Crossing. I missed one! No, wait. I didn't miss one. That's, we already explored that area. Never mind. Well, imagine trying to get a cart through all this to there. Essentially, you had to drop your supplies and run to the damn prison. That's gonna make living there really hard. You know, clothes, food, all kinds of things. Mostly like tools. Lots of hands on things like that. So you'll be limited to what you can carry on your back. And, well, from what we've seen here, it doesn't appear to be ending anytime soon. I think the Grim Dawn is a term for the end of the world. Or the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel pain. Oh! They have like fins. Like water snake people. Please don't tell me that was the name of this place before everything went to... Because if so, could you be more depressing about where you live? Sneaky horse. Really. What was that? Tiberium! Get it! Makes a cool noise. I'll help. Help you die. Those made attack rolls. I don't think it did any damage. It's the withered! Ow! You slow me down? How dare! You have a ring of fart fire? How dare! I believe what he just used was it Olzun's flame? I'm not entirely sure exactly what the name is, but it's a demolitionist ability. And that ability, I think, gives you regeneration, and it gives you like a very small damage aura around you. I believe it's also a toggle ability, not a duration one. But the one that he might have been using could have been a duration one. It might be an old version, I'm not sure. I do not remember. Plus, I just don't have the information on hand. I don't know how it's changed, so my stuff might be outdated. In fact, it most likely is. Those dudes used to just be red. They looked just like a regular one, except for they could run, you know, regular zombie. Except for they could run, and they were, yeah, red. So you'd be like, oh, look at that. That's kind of pink. Bam! Oh, why does it hurt so bad? Why is its health full again? And you'd run away. Because, yeah, they're nasty. Again, giant mosquitoes. They were in Dungeon Siege. They made weird noises when they saw you too. They went, "Row, row, row, row." It's like, why would a mosquito make that noise? No. The hell? Fix my account? I don't know what's wrong with my account. I don't even have it turned on. Ugh. Hell do I do with bits? Here's a bit of old knowledge for people. Did you know that bits used to refer to nickels? I think, let's see here, 2 bits, is that 2 nickels or is that 2 quarters? I think that's nickels. This is before my time. Found the stump. I believe if you sequence break, you don't get the 250 experience points. Physical damage retaliation resistance. These are guaranteed to drop. Isaac Spalders. The person who put that stash there was Isaac. Yes. Ooh. Oh, yes. Mmm. Building damage resistances. Maybe after stream I'll figure out what's wrong with the account and all that. Because I have no clue. Because I didn't think it would be important. Only about an hour 30 in. We can probably go to the next gateway. How long is the next gateway? I think we've taken care of this place. Yes, we have. By the way, on the map it will tell you if you miss things. So you see that. If you find one of these and you haven't completed it, there'll be an X on it instead of a check mark. So you'll know. Anyway, what is the next rift? That's the question. This is Whitemire. No, this is Foggy Bank. That's a Foggy Bank rift. So the next one is after this. Where did you get bits from? Did Twitch just go, here, have some bits? This carnage looks recent. There are rotting corpses everywhere. Why not? I like this game. So you bought bits. Let's see here. I believe I have heard something. It's like I don't know what bits are used for. I think it's like internal Twitch currency, which will be used for Twitch things. Not sure, but oh shoot, we need to turn those necklaces. You can get over the amount of necklaces you need after the quest. You can sell them. I think you can sell them even before the end of the quest. Stupid mosquito thing. Why does it shoot stingers? That's gross. Yeah, I can't remember everything. Let's see here. Because I don't think bits are used for some Twitch channels. They have like emotes and things that can be made for them, and you don't use bits to get them. I think if you're following or subbed to the Twitch streamer, if they have emotes and other things like that, you can use them in other places in Twitch. So say like you're on another stream or you're talking to someone, you can use them there. There are layers to it and stuff, I think. I don't know. I'm not very up on it. I only know what I've seen or heard. See, when you say things like that, it sounds disturbing. There's a fire in your There's a fire in your eyes and blood on your clothes. Did you put those tainted men down? Tell me, how did it feel? I didn't feel much of anything. Then you and I have something in common. If those things took my Amabel from me, I don't feel much of anything either. Here, take your coin. You earned it. And scrap. Ooh. Oh, iron is a terrible currency. It will tarnish and rust. You killed scores of the shambling dead, but I think you can do better. The Aether corruption created some truly monstrous mutations in the dead. Weird tale from Burwitch survivors that witnessed a horrifying transformation with their own eyes. Barlos and Hagra. They was fine folk. Ran a boarding house up in Burwitch. That is until the Aether got them. Turned them into things you used to see only in nightmares. Those that got away spoke of bloated flesh and blades of bone. I cannot even imagine it. Word is they chased the survivors as far as the Bouldering Fields to the south of Burwitch. Go out there and hunt some down. Tell me of the slaughter. I'll make it worth your while. Alright.
See anything you like?
Speaking of skeletons, you can have a ring of them.
Iron well spent.
Goodness me. I believe they're in White Mare? Check. Map! Yes, they are. Do. Things stay dead when you kill them for the most part. Unless you reload the level. You may think sometimes they respawn, but they're just spawns that were delayed. I noticed that spiders seem to take time to appear. So you'll kill them all, you'll run away, run back, and you'll find like just 3 spiders sitting there for some reason. Ew, that was a gross hiccup. Ah, so you've returned. Okay, the necklaces? Please suffice. Ah yes, there is raw power in these bones. And my deft old hands will weave it into something more potent yet. I'll have a finished ring for you shortly. My deft old hands? Who talks like that? It's interesting. Thank you. Return to this refuge again if you need to if you need respite from your journey. Wait. Oh, it's a wheelbarrow. Oh my, how are you ooh, that would be a pain. Do you carry that behind you or do you push it? Ugh, that thing must tip over all the time. That's at least a little bit better. Ugh. There are mushrooms everywhere. If it was Oblivion, I'd be picking them up. Click, 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 click. Oblivion, Morrowind, Skyrim. I'm partial to Oblivion. There, I said it. Skyrim was prettier, but it took away my favorite thing from me. You see, when you get a house, you want to decorate it and make it pretty. However, in Skyrim, too many objects don't have collision. So you're like, I would have put this right here and make it look pretty out of the universe. Or your companion will walk around and kick everything everywhere and then stare at you while you're sleeping. Drives me nuts. Oh yes, I'm going to go to bed. And you wake up and there's just the blank expression person staring at you like, hey, how are you doing? Could you sleep good? And that's petty, but it drove me crazy. There are other issues too. I like making my house pretty. It's an odd level, so it's an Oathkeeper level. Beep. Boop. What's this? Resilience. I like this. What is a retaliation at, actually? Physique is going quite handily. You see, I want to have enough cunning for a decent sidearm for if I have to run away and shoot at them. I don't want to have a really weak one where I'll spend like the next 20 minutes shooting something. So I'll keep them kind of even. This actually seems cool, so I'm gonna keep it. Drums, drums, always the drums. They're getting closer. Or however it's supposed to go. As far as I know, that death burst that they fire when they die is a guaranteed hit if one of the projectiles makes contact with you. So I don't think it matters what your defense ability is. You'll just be hit and given a debuff. Which is annoying, let's face it. Because I'd like you to miss sometimes. I mean, come on, you can dodge like bullets and stuff sometimes. It's a magic face-seeking missile. No! Not my face. Would you prefer a magic butt-seeking missile? No. Ass-seeking missile. See, if you started shooting people with those, I'm pretty sure no one would want to fight you. You have this bow where you can fire arrows in any direction. It'll just bend and fly straight to the cheeks. Or credit card them. You can credit card them with an arrow. That'd be enough to dissuade a lot of people. Some people make really, really mad. You know, arrows are sharp and stuff. So imagine like you're trying to chase someone with a cut butt. No, I just don't see that working very well. What you can do? Hobble after them. I mean, there are even worse things than that, but still. It's pretty bad. Oops. It's a freaking zip gun. Is it better than mine? No, it's not. Hello. Thank goodness someone came. Those Slith, they attacked my caravan and killed all my guards. I think the only reason they left me alive is so they could have me fresh later. Those bastards. I'm from Devil's Crossing. I can help you get back there. Don't kid yourself. Look at this blood. I'm not gonna be able to walk out of here. Appreciate the thought. It might be better just to end it quick. You probably won't like this, but I can open a rift gate for you. The last thing I want is my legs to stay on this side while the rest of me goes back. But you're not giving me any alternatives, are you? Send me off then. I'm pretty sure this is safe. I have sent you to Doom 3. I don't know, red light stuff. Well, I guess there was no, like, other stupid stuff. Well, their game uses red portals of wibbliness. Oh! Didn't, Diablo 1 and 2 do that? Let's see here. I can't remember if the first Diablo did it, but I'm pretty sure Diablo 2 did when you went to Tristram. Or a certain level. Oh, by the way, there is going to be Diablo Remastered, and I'm interested in it, but the last thing that Blizzard remastered didn't turn out very well. People were very upset. They're like, look at Warcraft Reforged. By the way, it doesn't have the stuff that we were promising. So then it became Warcraft Refunded. Sorry, I talk crap about that because Blizzard is like, yeah, we're gonna give no refunds, and the stuff that we showed you that we did, we actually repealed because, yeah, also we're gonna break the BattleNet stuff and all those patches that we made to Warcraft 3 to make it better. We're kind of repealing those too, so you're gonna get like the worst version to play, and also it's gonna crash a lot on a lot of people's PCs. But no refunds. Then they gave refunds to Australia because Australia got mad. Then, you know, I waited for people to get really, really mad and their like approval ratio to go down below like I think 9%. I think it was at 7 on the global board, whatever. And I was like, okay, let's see here. And I asked for a refund. And mysteriously, I got one after I was told no the first time. But that's what kind of clinches the whole, it wasn't very well done to me. Stupid giant snake people. Lord of the Storm? You're in the wrong game. Go fight, I don't know, Genji. Genji's in Heroes of the Storm, so meh. It works. Someone's gonna say, no, it's Overwatch. It's also Heroes of the Storm. And someone's gonna go, that game doesn't count, because there's League of Legends and it's better. Personal preference, honestly. League of Legends is very popular, so you're doing something right. I just don't like the method of gameplay because it's more selfish. You pick one person to be the damage dealer, and you give them everything. Otherwise, you suck, and you're hot garbage, and you should uninstall and hang yourself. You know, all this bad stuff. In Heroes of the Storm, experience points are kind of for everyone. So when someone goes and does a thing, it benefits everyone. So you can be the experience point getter and also be high level, which is very nice to me. It kind of promotes team play in my mind, and I like that. Now we can repair the bridge and bypass the alternate route. But the alternate route has things in it that we can miss. Finite things. You see right down here? We have a limited amount of devotion points to get. There are only 55 throughout the entire game in all its difficulties. As in, you'll earn so many from playing normal. Then when you go onto Elite, there's more because you're playing through the game again. It's like New Game Plus. So in all of that, there's a grand total you can get of 55, I believe, according to that. So, there's a devotion point in this route. There's a shrine. So if you build the bridge and walk past it, you can miss one. Or if you do that on every difficulty, you can miss up to 3. That adds up. It's only been an hour 40. Fine. Guess we're going to the tunnels. Ow! Ah! Shield load. Get back here, you. It's squished. Bugs should be squished. Squished, I say. Squish! Well, these are spiders. But they still have exoskeletons and stuff and go crunch, so... yeah, I think it works. Bum, ba, da, ba, 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 bum. Ow, hurts. I believe it doesn't tell you, but dots from multiple sources, I believe, stack. They might not, but I think they do. So you might be sitting there losing like, 200 health points in a second. Just like, why is it hurting so much? And it only says 55 on the side. Which kind of bugs me. if you have multiple sources of, say, poison damage, I think it should have like a 2 or a 3 next to the little chick light that you get that tells you you've been affected. Stop healing, everyone! I'm kind of disappointed. Why are there so many howlers? That was a lot. If they would have spammed their ability more, they would take it forever. I lost my train of thought because I was complaining. Because that's what I usually do. Oh no! Oh, never mind. Now despised, which means they have extra spawns, and it's extra hero spawns. Because we need more heroes to fight. Rat man! Ah! Why are you hostile? You know, if we work together, we can thwart the dark dawn of doom. Maybe that'd be a better idea. Because everyone wants to be their own thing, and you know what? It makes it easier for the bigger bad guys to win. We should band together with people and use the power of friendship and summon Captain Planet to, I don't know, eviscerate the bad guys. All your lives to 0? I don't know. I know it's pollution down to 0. And Captain Planet would not work here. Be like, no, don't you do that. I'm going to use my planet powers. And then they'll use blood sacrifice to kill him. Or corrupt him. Corrupted Captain Planet! Be disturbing. I mean, Captain Planet was already kind of creepy looking. It worked. I'm imagining that they just took Captain Planet and they put Kiss face makeup on him to make him evil. It wouldn't work, but they had to make him look more like, I don't know, Guar? I just realized these are probably old references for any young people watching. What's that? What's a VCR? It's something that never tells you the proper time because no one programs them. 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Nowadays, if you had a DVD player, it'd probably link with your phone. But DVDs aren't a thing anymore, I believe. I mean, they exist, but they're not really popular anymore. I remember back when I was in college, not that long ago, we had to get our lab from a CD. The CD was, it was a video disc, so he inserted it into a player and it played. However, the disc was about the size of a record. It was huge. It was a laser disc, that's what it was. And it had about 10 minutes of video, and then that was it. It showed us what the lab would be and what the process would be, and then it was it. It looks like a portion of the flooded passage is caved in. You can clear it out with some heavy explosives. The old abandoned mines around Old Arkova are likely the best place to find those. So, dynamite would go boom and we'd get to go into that area. Now the fun thing is, if you're doing new game, you might already have dynamite on you so you could go through there. However, the first area that had the dynamite blocked into it, oh good, it doesn't restore nearly as much health as it used to. It restores more health on bosses. I don't know. The first thing regarding dynamite, however, you should do when you get dynamite. Long story short, because it is more important than just a side effect. We'll get to it later, don't worry. Bone back things. They look like the rat things from Warframe to some extent. Except for they're less gross. Still pretty gross. It's not a Pyjack. Pyjack is, Mass Effect, I want to say? For a second I thought it was Star Wars. Block power. You give buffs. I give slams. Actually, I did give a slam. I missed. There's a slam for you. Ugh. This is the worst horsefly ever. There we go. This is like a horsefly that would be for a brontosaurus. Ugh. Ooh, that reminds me of a freaking sci-fi channel show that scarred me as a child. Does anyone remember the old days of gore horror in shows? They didn't do like 3D animation. They used like physical props and stuff. Anyway, there was a horror show that had to deal with mosquitoes that were basically the size of a football. They were huge. No, they were probably bigger, actually. Anyway, these two dudes on a rowboat got attacked by these giant mosquitoes. And for some reason, via movie logic, they latched onto the guy and started sucking his blood. And they sucked it so fast, for some reason the guy's eyeballs popped. And just seeing that as a child disgusted me for the longest time. It was horrible. A Wallach? What's a Wallach? Oh, you need to go first. You have the... Oh, God. You are the worst kind of person. Ow! No. Who did that? Who has the slow everything curse? You need to die. Own up. Who is it? It's you! Ah, frozen! Ow! Yeah, so it slows you down, it weakens you, and it does a bunch of other stuff. It's really, really annoying. Plus, this guy is a troll! So he regenerates! Get out of my way! He needs to die! Ugh. Yes! You are so annoying! Again, I wish there was a chance to resist that. Oh! Oh, no, no, no. Immediately you. No freezy freeze. Ugh. You can reduce the duration of that at least. I think you can reduce the duration of slows, maybe? I'm not sure. Ugh. Now we have so much loot. Oh my goodness. Give it all. Render your loot to me. Now is the time to launch our final operation. Operation Butt Stuff. What? Nothing. We're gonna bring that to its full potential, basic one. Pick up all the magic items first, and then the rare items afterwards. Because those will be sorting through for the best stuff. Some of this might be darn good too. And then 100 damage, attack speed. Ooh, it doesn't have the health regen, and I like that. I like growing back my face really fast. irritating when an enemy does it in front of me, so I imagine it's frustrating for them. I know they're AIs and they don't care. Shut up, stomach. Laundry to do too. Laundry. Ah, the smell of clean clothes. Clean clothes are awesome. What's the thing from Zim? Ah, the stink of clean. This is a good ring, but let's see here. Well, that one might actually be worth changing. In fact, look at that lightning resist. Yes.
Iron well spent.
Thanks for saving my behind back there. Turns out not all the risks mean bad business. I've gone ahead and set up shop. Let me know if you need anything.
Second shop.
You can extort them for many.
Price of what I've got
Usually I don't do it. Because I'm a nice guy in games and I can't help it.
See you around.
It's because I'm a wuss. Enemy sniffing low level, not drop aircraft material. Alright, what do we got here? A helmet. A helmet that I like. Reduced stun duration. Yes. Nah. Charming but new. Not need good. Elemental resist. Really like that piercings though. Let's see here. Kind of brings everything up to a 50 and it's rounded, but I like this more. For no particular reason. Perfect. We didn't need to go back to town just to sell those items. We'll wait until the inventory is full, so spend less time staring at items. Or I spend less time staring at items. Next level's I want to say Oathbreaker, but it's Oathkeeper. What if I played that has an Oathbreaker in it? Or that is a theme? Ah, I rotated my map. Or not my map. The camera. I know rotating the camera is supposed to be a useful thing that you do, blah blah blah, yada yada. But I find it disorienting because, well, long story short, it makes things look different and it's easier for me to lose my way. It's kind of like rotating minimap in games. Where imagine you're playing, I don't know, let's see here, what's something that most people get? Ah, Call of Duty. Here, let's just use Call of Duty because everyone's probably played it or seen it. Now, imagine, if you will, you're trying to find an orientation. Like, you want to go north, right? But when you turn right or left, the mini-map rotates with you. I mean, yeah, there might be a compass up above, but that means you'll have to look at the map and the compass, which takes more time. It's generally just annoying. Having it as a static thing, where north is always the top of it, and, you know, east, west, all that stuff, it gives you a better representation of where things are. Because you can tell just at a quick glance. You don't have to sit there and go like, okay, what am I looking at on the compass, where am I? Plus, when you're trying to navigate via map, like you're watching the map and you're trying to move around and it's going woo, 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 it makes it harder to navigate. At least for me. I understand why it's a thing. I just don't like it. It's kind of like games where the base flight controls are inverted. No! Don't invert my controls base, please. Granted, I don't know how many people actually always invert their flight controls, but for me, I don't like that. I want it when I mouse up for it to go up, and mouse down, or for I don't like it when it does the opposite of what I expect. I know that's how joysticks and actual flight controls work, or at least that's what I've been told. But I'm not an actual flight guy, and I don't, I'm not an actual pilot, and additionally, I don't. So my nearest experience is I have a computer, and I play FPS games, and when I move the mouse upwards, my character moves up, or moves up, or whatever. So having that be the opposite of what I expect is disorienting. Then again, nothing can top how awkward the flight controls are in PlanetSide. Okay, fine, something can top it, but those flight controls, man. And I know it's not just me. I see plenty of people just slam into things and go boom. If you ever play PlanetSide 2, the flight controls are very awkward. I don't know why either. They've always been like that too. Believe me, I've played that game a bit. Back when it was a very early release. And the Vanu almost always had all the other factions warp gated at all times. At least on the server that it was on. I think they had the NC warp gated for a week at one point. Long story short, I think they figured out one very powerful thing, and that was that they had these flying things like gunships. Think like let's see, here would be a way to describe it. Yeah. Think like a mini AC-130, except for the gun is on the belt. You know those old B-52 bombers where they have the belly gun or whatever, and the guy shoots at planes and stuff. Now imagine instead that's a howitzer. So it just fires huge shells down at like tanks and stuff and people, right? And then it has a tail gunner and it has a guy flying it around. And the guy flying it around also has a nose gun, and the guy on the tail has another gun too, which can be a grenade launcher or a machine gun or whatever. Now, those things used to take more punishment than like tanks and stuff, and they used to regenerate really fast because they hit a button and it would regenerate, and then that would be on a cooldown. So you could shoot it with tank shells and stuff, and you'd have to hit it like 3 times directly for it to blow up, so it didn't care about anything that you threw at it. It would fly behind a mountain and come back at full health and just bomb people and destroy them. I think the gun on the bottom could pop a tank in like 2 hits. It was so powerful that if it hit near you and you were like here, it would take away like a quarter or more of your tank's health. So they could just fire into groups and blow them up. They were crazy overpowered for the longest time. I think they were faster too. No, they weren't faster. They were just really durable. Don't mind me, I was just looting. Ow! You're one of those! It's a big ancient rock man! Ow! Punch! Slam! How dare you internal trauma me? I know it's for balance reasons, but that big rock monster, you can make him bleed, you can give him a disease and all that stuff, and I wonder why. Why can you bleed a big rock guy? Does that mean he has blood? Is he like a colossus or whatever? For those not up on old mythology, there was a colossus big man made of stone, right? And it was supposed to be able to walk around and do things. Now, someone wanted to kill it for X reason. I don't know why. And the way that they did that was there's an artery in its ankle, one artery or one vein, and it went all the way up to its head or something, or to its heart. All someone did was unpin it because it was pinned to its leg or something. I can't remember in mythology. But long story short, they basically pulled its artery and it bled out and died. Or I think that was a story, or maybe that's a version of it. Anyway, so animated statues bleeding, I guess, is a thing. But still, do you think it'd be resistant to it? Like it would take 75% less damage or something? I don't know. Plus, how do you internal trauma a rock? Well, I guess you could make it brittle and it kind of falls apart. So. Reconnaissance report. Let's grab that. Grab. Boop, 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 boop. Blue item. Dual Blades and Savagery. Dual Blades, I believe, is a Nightblade talent, and Savagery is a Shaman talent. The Savagery is where you attack, and it's like, say, 80%, then you hit again, it's like 85, 95, 100, or whatever like that. So you just go boom, 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 blam, 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 blam. And yeah, that's kind of what it does. And Dual Blades, so you're like slashy with two weapons. So that's what it's for. And if you right click, well, you lower your resistances and go insane and go. It also makes you cast faster. That's kind of cool. I pray one of us makes it through the nightmare to deliver the report. The lives of those hiding in Devil's Crossing may depend on it. As instructed, my team has braved the wilderness of Whitemire and made it to the outskirts of Burwich. The situation there is worse than I feared. We encountered no survivors. The ethereal takeover of this region is now complete. What we found baffling, however, is the heavy concentration of enemy activity within Burwich itself. In our previous encounters with the ethereals, they seemed unfocused, spread throughout the wilderness in no predictable pattern. But this seems almost deliberate, as if someone has been as if they were swayed to keep watch over something important. I regret to report that without a larger force at our disposal, even breaching the city walls would incur heavy casualties and thin our already struggling ranks. While I understand completely that our situation is dire, we're desperate for a new source of supplies and food, I can't recommend a direct engagement with the enemy force in Burwich. It's a suicide mission. We need to be prepared for the eventuality that the enemy gathered at Burwich will mobilize upon Devil's Crossing. Should it come to that, we must be prepared to flee once more. Scout Thalna! Explosive Strike is a demolition system, where basically, long story short, you can... The first version of it is you hit or shoot with fire damage. Then it goes up to, it explodes either sometimes or all the time for damage in the area. And I think it does burn damage maybe? And then the other version is it starts shooting like spikes that do chaos damage around. So it has like 3 upgrades. It is kind of like Cadence in that it is also a thing that you can stick on default attack. But it also activates stuff too. There's more Explosive Strike, wow. Demolitionists would be happy here. They're doing that. Oh my goodness, there's another one! Destruction! That would be a +6. That would really wreck someone's day. That's awesome. I like it to be a little more defensive. Alright, so we've been at this for 2 hours and 14 minutes. That's a good place to stop. Right outside Burwich outskirts.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
Don't think we need this. I'm gonna compare it to the one that
Put it to good use.
There's an owl somewhere.
An evil one.
Safe storage, no questions asked.
That's not the right one. There it is. So we compare the two to see which one is better. basically this one, so these ones be sold. And we're going to deposit these. In order to like quickly deposit these things after you have them organized in a way that you want, shift 6. There you go. Long story short, it does not auto-organize like this. Its auto-organize is messy. I don't like it. Other people might, but I like my. I'm very particular and annoying about how things are stacked. Ooh, that reminds me.
An eye on this.
Dum 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 dum.
Come see what's left.
We
of
can
what
sell
was.
these. See? Oh. You really need the primal ring.
See you
Villas
around.
ring is pretty good if you're a Nightblade. I don't know how much Oathkeeper stuff I've seen. I know I've seen some, but I haven't seen a lot. Could be because it's an expansion class, this one. I eventually won't. There's a question here. No. Ooh, that one's cool. However, Soldier class has Menhir's Bulwark. You get a resistance to life reduction attacks, which is really nice, because those will just basically hit you and take a percentage of your health. It just takes a percentage. Oh, that is a good one. The other one is Oleron's Rage. So, Menhir and Oleron are two gods, and there's this one which, ooh. It's very physical, it's very painful. It also increases your movement speed. It's awesome. But you can only have one of these active at once, so yeah, you probably don't want to spend points on both of them. You probably want to build up other stuff and use it to complement whatever style you want. Oathkeeper has its own, which you can do this and be like, I'm gonna be a follower of the 3 witch gods, or we'll use the power of divine mandate and smash people over the head and burn them. And also inflict internal trauma because, yeah. Again, many ways to play. Even if you are the soldier and you're like, I want to do damage, or I want to be the tank, or whatever, you can also be like, I'm gonna support the party and give them buffs and stuff. These buffs and stuff are awesome. Whoa! Flat elemental resistance? Slow resistance too? That is amazing. Nice. Does an Oathkeeper have anything like that? They have Essential. I also love that there's little tags for all these abilities. First recorded in Arcovan texts when Agavold, the stalwart of the Temple of Fire, selflessly charged through an entire legion of enemy forces, scattering their ranks and exposing them to an onslaught of arrows, all without taking a scratch. Fire's might since has become a prime display of Oathkeeper's strength, both physical and spiritual, in the face of seemingly impossible odds. Then it goes, volcanic might. When struck with the Oathkeeper's shield, the burning vengeance of Fire's might knocks less resolute foes from their feet. See, so they have little cool descriptions and stuff for the abilities, which just entertains me so much. Yeah, I really like the way the game just sort of plays and all the little tidbits and stuff that you can read. Anyway, before I just sit here and stare at and look at things for the next hour or hours or whatever, end up playing for the rest of the day, I had to go and do things. So hopefully you've enjoyed the stream. I will be getting back to Darkest Dungeon next week. I just wasn't feeling it that Monday. I was in the blurg. But hopefully that won't be the case next week. So hopefully you enjoyed. Have a good morning, a good noon, good evening, good afternoon, good night, good twilight, good whatever. Thing. Bum-ba-da. Goodbye.